There's lots of new people on the trail. You can see them all in front here. The Compostela walkers just want to do the last 100 k's, and there's a whole bunch more around the corner. Well, today is day 31 and most of the morning has been pouring with rain. Thankfully I have a wonderful rain jacket that's kept me perfectly dry, and it's not overly cold. There was so many hikers on the trail this morning, the most I've seen in a long time, but now it's a bit lonely. Everyone's diving in to get coffees and get out of the rain and all the bars and albergs. Someone driving past in a car. That's the Camino. Oh well, talk again later. G'day everyone. This is the Camino today, and I'm staying in a pension, which is like a hostel. You get your own room, only for 25 euros. Such a cheap country. It was pouring with rain for most of today. So as a result, I had this coat, which I had a poncho, but I lost that. I kept all the water on the outside, but I got a lot of condensation on the inside, and it was freezing cold, particularly when over a couple of peaks of a few big hills. And I don't know if you can see it on cam, but I'm absolutely soaked. This shirt here is pretty much saturated completely through. So, bit of a miserable day today. Hopefully tomorrow's better, but pretty much the exact same weather conditions are forecast, so such is life. So on with the Camino we go. Just a nice easy walk this morning, going into our first little town. 3.5 kilometres I suppose, I've walked already. There's rain clouds around everywhere that are threatening. Hopefully they'll hold off, but somehow I doubt it. I'll have my rain jacket back on soon. Palace de Rey was where I stayed last night, and today hopefully another 25 kilometres at least, and then 2 easy days to Santiago. Here I am on trail, and I'm just looking at these trees here, and they look very familiar. Who would have thought here in Spain you'd find a whole stand of eucalypts? And this here is the trail. Not the most exciting part of trail I've ever walked, but I guess you can't always be out in the wonderful green fields. This is the trail passing through the town of Malid. A creek crossing. Good morning everyone. Stayed in a hotel again last night, pouring with rain all day. It's been raining all morning, so I'm pretty wet again. Right here we're looking at a big eucalyptus tree. If I just zoom into the base of it there, you can get a feel for how big and old it is. That's been there for, I reckon, over 100 years. So someone's brought these trees in, and in this direction there's a whole forest of eucalypts. And there's also another big ones just over here around the corner. Those two standing there, and there's so many of them. There's an entire forest full of them, or they're interspersed with the other European trees everywhere. This is the trail this morning. It's been quite pleasant, but just very wet. You can see all the water on trail. It's just a bit muddy, but still good. I'm getting pretty wet on the inside from the condensation, but I won't rust, I'll dry out. But yeah, the eucalypt forest, it's come all the way to Spain to be reminded of home. Well, second last day on the Camino, and it's been pretty flat, easy walking, but wow, has it rained. It's been coming down for hours. But I'm relatively dry and happy, and seeing it so close to the end, I don't really care. Not the most exciting day's walk, but a few pilgrims in front, off in the distance with all their rain gear on. This is the trail. Here's one of the many markers, yellow arrow pointing me in the direction. And we're about to walk into another eucalypt forest. They're using these eucalypts here, or they introduced them for purposes of wood chip, just like we do in Australia. And yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of blue gums, but a few other varieties amongst them as well. Yeah, I'm getting close to my last 20 kilometers. I've got to leave a bit of hiking for tomorrow. I'm coming up to a town. The question is, do I stay there? With 20 kilometers to go, there's a pilgrim's mass at 12 PM that I'd like to attend. It's pretty famous, and it's for the pilgrims, so if I only have not that many kilometers to walk tomorrow, then I can get in very easily for it. So we'll see what happens. Okay, catch you later. This here triggers when you walk past it.
Santiago nos desea un buen camino. Hi, Albergue Puerto de Santiago wishes you a good camino.
Pretty good advertising for an albergue. That's very impressive. Almost have to stay there.